world team.
Edwards. Oh, Edwards! They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.
Oh, it's on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, baby.
Welcome to Wolves After Dark. Timberwolves lose badly. 111-85. Terrible game. Terrible weekend in Minneapolis. Before we get into the show, I don't have anything super profound or unique or interesting to say. As you guys know, I'm in Seattle. I'm from Minnesota. But obviously the stuff that happened in Minneapolis and has been happening in Minneapolis for some time now. It's just sad to see. And how much more is Minneapolis going to have to go through by our leaders of the country. So anyways, to take our mind off of the terrible things happening in the real world, let's talk about the Timberwolves and how terrible they are. They lose and just get absolutely dominated the entire game other than the 10-0 run at the end of the second quarter. They came out and immediately looked terrible. Immediately. Even on the first bucket, the first possession was the most lethargic thing. Now, I don't want to give excuses. I mean, we've been giving excuses now for some weeks now. But you know, obviously the events of this weekend, rescheduling the game, all of these things can throw off a player. But clearly that did not throw off the Warriors. So that's not an excuse. That's a valid excuse. You know, I get it, but this was more than just like that. This was completely terrible. And I'm at the point now where are we talking about coaching? Are we talking about effort from players? Are we talking about just the skill that we have on the team? Like, what do we even have? What do we even have? To catch up on comments here, and put the comments on the screen. Whoopsies. Team is a shit show. And by the way, guys, speaking of shit show, this is going to be a shit show. I am going to be very quick here. I do not plan on talking very long because guess what? We play them tomorrow night. This team is ass. Over 20 turnovers. But yeah, and we were like trying to set like the world record for turnovers in a game. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. Well, as long as they're in the play and they can make the playoffs for sure. But yeah, man, going firmly from the 4 seed to firmly in the play-in is certainly a turnaround. And it's happened so quickly. What are the standings exactly? I mean, we're still ahead of the Warriors by a game and a half. But if the Warriors win tomorrow, then we're only a game or half a game out of the 8th spot. It's really bad. You're still very close to the 4 seed, but we don't look anything like a team that is ready to go on a run. So many things are going wrong. It feels like coaching's bad. It feels like vibes are bad. It feels like Ant's on right now, and obviously Dante was on tonight too. But it's just, it's like everything is happening at the wrong time, and I get it. This is also a gross time of year to care about basketball because it's like the All-Star break's coming up. You're kind of like, I'm just getting ready to relax or whatever. But just bad. Also, the way the Warriors played, they don't have any skill other than Curry, and they were just playing fast, and that bothers us. It's the same thing as the playoffs. It's pretty crazy, but turned it off after the first 5 minutes in the third. Yeah. By the way, in case you wanted to see this product in person, we have a giveaway if you want to see the comeback. If we come back tomorrow night, a lot of the times what happens when players have these kind of games, oh, my lights just changed. But a lot of the time when teams have this kind of game, they're like, I just want to get right back out there. Well, this is their chance. They can get right back out there. Sorry, I'm not going to be blue for the rest of the night. I'm sorry. There we go. Got my lights on a timer here. But if you want to, giveaways in the Discord. We've got ticket giveaways thanks to 4th Generation Flooring. So make sure you check that out. But yeah, not good. Same old story, same old team. I've been saying this. Mike Conley should not get any minutes. Loki, I mean, I'm not trying to say anybody was good tonight, but again, I feel like Mike, no. I mean, again, though, when I talk about Mike, you have to remember that my expectations are wildly low. Like, I'm expecting 16 minutes and like every single second of those minutes to be bad. And tonight, I feel like we had like a decent 5 seconds. So, can we trade Ant for the first overall pick? Might be rebuilding time. No, not entertaining that. But I know what you're saying. Put Ant and Dante in nice. Yeah, low key, guys. Maybe we should just jump straight to the tier list because this is like just awful. Fire Finch now. We've been pretty low turnovers this season. Have we? I guess I don't know. It feels like we've been high turnovers. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. Every time we say Fire Finch, they got fired. Yeah. Well, let's just do it. Let's go to the tier list. I got nothing else to really add here. As we've said, yeah, I don't know. It's tier list time. But as always, that is brought to you by our kind sponsor, 4th Generation Flooring. So we're going to hear from them, and then we will get to that tier list and put everybody in meh. This episode of Wolves After Dark and this tier list are brought to you by 4th Generation Flooring, a local family-run business and a Wolves After Dark member with 4 generations of experience in carpet and vinyl flooring, 1 skilled crew, careful furniture moving, and competitive pricing on quality stocked products, plus access to a huge special order showroom. 4th Generation Flooring, quality work done right. All right. Thank you, 4th Generation Flooring. Getting the score back up here, getting the stats back up here. It's an ugly one, guys, and we're just going to have to deal with it. Ryan Robinson with the laptop fund. Ashwin hasn't even been here in a while, but the laptop fund continues. Didn't watch the game today. Shit's tiresome in South Minneapolis. Exactly. Proud of the Wolves and proud my fellow Minnesotans. Sucks we lost, though. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing that we can really, there's nothing, unfortunately right now, the Timberwolves are just not the thing that can kind of take our mind off of the regular life stresses that we have, which really sucks, but, maybe that's for the better. I don't know. It's so bad. I feel so bad for everybody that lives there. But it's heartwarming to see everybody. I mean, seeing all these pictures of people pouring into the streets of Minneapolis and using their voices is it's pretty moving. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, tier list. Let's get to it. We're not gonna. I guess everybody played today, but we're not going to put everybody on there. No Miller. Clark only played 9 minutes. Guys, I am like, he is fading fast in my mind. I don't even know if it's Matt, we care about you, but I will put him there for now. Again, we probably need another tier here. Got to workshop that, but it's not good. Joe Ingles made a 3, almost got ejected in 5 minutes. Do we put Joe in like cash? Is Joe cash? I don't know, man. We are visually at DEF CON. Well, yes, we are. We seriously are. Clark was bad. I don't know. See, I thought about A1, but we're gonna look back at this, and I don't know that I want to have this game be his A1. I'd rather if he made a 3, caused a fight and a win, maybe, but I don't want to remember this game, so I don't know that I want to be putting somebody in A1, but man, I don't care about you. That's maybe a good tier. I don't hate that. Cash, at least. We can do cash. Man, I hate this. I hate where the Timberwolves are right now. So bad. Just uninspired basketball. And, the thing that I forgot I was going to say in the opener is I really do, there's a part of me, even when I get really frustrated and we go on some losing streaks, apparently this is the worst losing streak we've had since 2022 or 2021 or something like that. I can't remember. I saw somebody talk about it. But, every time we've had like maybe not losing streaks to this magnitude, but like just bad times, because we've had bad times like this where we maybe sneak out a win in some random one, but it's really generally like a pretty bad stretch of like 5 to 10 games. We've had that. But in the back of my head, I've always kind of been like, you know what? I still believe that there's a good team in there. And right now it's really fading for me. I'm not trying to overreact to one stretch of the season because we've had bad stretches already this season and come back and been fine. But like when it's super uninspired and just less like bad body language out there, that's where I start to get it's one thing when your shot's off, but it still looks good. It's one thing if your shot's off and you're just looking like you don't care about basketball at all. It's just really bad. Anyways, yeah, we'll put Ingles there. I'm not going to put Baron J up there. Dillingham, honestly, no, I don't want to put him up there. Dillingham, it's alarming that we played him because then that means that he's probably not in trade discussions. And that probably means that trade rumor that came out today of Mike plus Terrence Shannon Jr. plus a couple seconds for Kobe White maybe has some validity to that. I don't know. But I mean, Dilly just does not look good. It looks like he's changed his shot a little bit too, but it looks really bad. He's just so far away from being anywhere near a developed player, and that fully developed player might not even be like an 8th player on a team. I don't know. It's bad. Who do we even go to? I guess let's do Mike. Mike is old. Nothing else to be said. He's just old. I mean, it's old and bad. I do think, I don't know. I mean, I'm remembering like minutes from like the beginning of the game where there was like a stretch where I kind of felt like he was maybe okay. And by okay, I mean like old on the tier list. Low-key, maybe he's Wancho. Maybe he's Wancho. I don't know. The only thing that I didn't think through on this tier list is that I can't really change the same order. So we could just go back to the old tier list. I don't know. Whatever. Next up, Naz Reid. Like, what is going on? I don't want to like be too hard on Naz. Excuse me. Too hard on Naz, but because he's had some decent games recently, but 0 points in 25 minutes. Only 4 shot attempts. Had 10 rebounds, though. Super weird. Had a block, but man, just nothing. I mean, this is like like is this a Wancho game from him? I don't know. It's all bad. Bad Nas game is fine, usually consistent. Exactly. Yeah. Put his ass in Wancho. For tonight, if we're talking only this game, it was pretty bad. Nas was old, but I don't even know. I kind of want to put him in Wancho. There's like so many players that you could argue for this definition, unforgettably bad, because I feel like so many were bad. Exactly. It was just such a bad game offensively in general. It's crazy. So I don't know. Only had 4 shots. Is that the team not finding him or him not being aggressive? I don't know. It's hard to judge this game because we had so many turnovers. We had so many turnovers. He was a part of that too, right? I mean, he had to have had something. He had 2 turnovers. Everybody was just so bad. Everybody was so bad. It's crazy. I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep him in Wancho. I don't know that I really want to field too many. Thank you. Thank you, Love Fadina. Next up, let's do we did Mike. Rudy Gobert. No, let's do Bones Highland. Bones Highland. Sorry, my order of my stats is so messed up because people played wonky minutes. Bones Highland, 16 minutes, 5 points, 3 assists. He had like 1 nice stretch, but honestly, he just looks really bad right now. I think it's meh, we care about you. This is probably one of those lower ones. I don't know that it's meh, we don't care about you. So I'm going to put him in meh, we care about you. It's bad. We need somebody else. The problem here is that it's like Bones is playing so bad. Rob is playing so bad and Mike is playing so bad all at the same time. So like, even if we went out and kind of spent a lot to get a Kobe White, it's like I just don't know that that's a solution, because then it's still we only have one point guard, and he's not even really like a true point guard. It's just I don't know. It's all kinds of bad. Um, Next up, let's do Rudy now. Rudy played only 24 minutes, kind of played off the court, I guess. 4 points, 5 rebounds. He was a minus 21 team second high worst, whatever you're trying to say. Um, I mean, this was bad. This was like old. I'm sorry. There's just not much to be said about any of these games. Like, he made me really frustrated once when he was under the basket with Curry. I understand Curry is 10,000 times faster than him, but he lost him so egregiously. It was like, it was such a bad game from him. It was really such a bad game from him. Rudy, old. I heard we didn't even play Baron J in meaningful minutes. We did not. It could have been. I was kind of interested to see him, and I was excited because we have been playing him a decent amount in the first half of games. But Finch just has like such. I understand that Finch is trying to teach the young players. He's trying to have them develop in a culture where they are accountable for their mistakes. But the problem is that our starters are having many mistakes as well, if not equal mistakes. So it's like, how can you do that to the young players and then allow the older players, the more veteran players, to have these mistakes too? It breaks the illusion. It breaks everything with that reasoning. It's just so bad. I don't even know what to say. He's just old. Julius Randle, 35 minutes. He had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. He only contributed to 1 of the turnovers, apparently, but he was 3 of 11, 0 of 4. I can't believe he only had 1 turnover. That seems impossible to me, because I think that he was at least a part in some way of either speeding somebody up that then got the turnover for him, or was just like spacing was bad when he was running the floor with people. I feel like he was just finding people in awkward situations that allowed turnovers to happen. Ugh, not good. I feel like when he plays poorly like this, it's like he's trying to do things that he is not good at. Like when he focuses on what he's actually good at, like his mid-range, and at times certain ability to find people from the mid-range and kind of draw fouls, that's where we can kind of get into more of Julius's game. But he tries to get a little bit too much ISO. He just tries to get too fancy with the passing and dribbles into too much of crowds. Like, I understand I'm telling him to get under the basket, but that's also crowded. So I understand there's a little bit there, but man, the whole roster is tradable beside Ant. Oh, for sure. Kron says, bottom line is this, Cameron. You have to be on the court producing in a positive way for that line of thinking to work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was reading that as you were saying I had to be on the court. But yeah, it's just the Finch method that we were talking about. You have to be on the court. But that's what I'm saying is that yes, I agree with you, but he also has to give the players an opportunity to fail, for one, which he is not doing with Rob at all anymore. And now it seems like it's like, okay, he's going to take away Baron J's minutes because he's made whatever mistakes he's seen. I mean, I'm not saying that Baron J hasn't had mistakes, but like, I think that he has had a positive impact in games when he's come in. Not fully, he's made mistakes, yes, but like, it's not the same as Rob, where Rob comes in and completely like tanks the offense sometimes. Or just takes like really bad shots or had really bad turnovers that completely ruin momentum. I don't know. I understand, maybe they don't play for a game here or there, but to be it like, and maybe there's matchups, but when it's like, it seems like now it's like, oh, Baron J just might not have any more minutes because he's made 1 too many mistakes in the 8 minutes that Chris Finch has decided to play him in the last 3 games. So it's like, it's just bad. But anywho, Julius Randle, I mean, bro, it's like old. Whoa, I just made him large for some reason. I don't know. We might change the tier list, guys. This is kind of annoying. I kind of missed some of the things from the old one, but I do like the look of this. We'll see. Anyways, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, Kron. Appreciate all you guys for showing up for this. This is just like such a terrible weekend for Minneapolis. Such a terrible time to be a Timberwolves fan. It's just all bad. And what else? We get to watch Sam Darnold lead another team to a Super Bowl, probably. Gotta love Minnesota sports. Okay. Jaden McDaniels, get your grades in for Jaden. Oops, I went away from the stats for some reason to look at Sam Darnold. Holy cow. Jaden McDaniels, 28 minutes, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal. He was 1 of 8. 4 turnovers from Jaden, 3 fouls from Jaden. I think what the game plan was for Jaden coming in was be hyper aggressive because, one, you're going to be guarding Steph a lot of the time. So you want to have him guarding you and tire him out or, get fouls on him or whatever. And that clearly sped him up in a way that he was not comfortable with, or I wouldn't even necessarily say he looked super uncomfortable. It's just more that the turnovers obviously, but the shots he was taking were somewhat in line with normal shots he takes. They just weren't going in. And it's happening. It's just happening too much with Jaden. This is why we need more scoring, because there will be games where Jaden locks in offensively. We've seen it in the playoffs. We've seen it many times, but we don't see it enough. And you can't have a 50-50 inconsistent Jaden and then have absolutely no bench scoring. That can't happen. So Jaden is Wancho. I agree with this. Jaden Wancho. So sorry, Jaden. We do love you, but it's coming to a point where it's like you have to figure something out offensively that is consistent. It cannot be 3 points. It cannot be 3 points. If it's going to be 3 points, you have to be defensive player of the year every single night. You just you have to. Okay. Dante DiVincenzo. 22 points in 32 minutes. He had 7 rebounds, no assists, but it's because nobody was making shots, and he and Ant were the only ones making shots. He was 7 of 19, so he wasn't even particularly efficient. 6 of 15 from 3, 5 turnovers, 3 fouls. There was a point in this game where I was like, I guess I just have to give cash to Dante and cash to Ant and just call it a game. I think it deserves more than meh. I know he had a lot of turnovers, but I mean, we say this all the time about Dante, but it's like seemingly one of the only positive body language players out there. I don't know. I agree. Dante, nice. DDD vet is over for once. Meh. Putting him on guards is just the least effective way of using Jaden on defense. Yeah, it is. It is. But it's like weird because what else do? We have to put Ant on there. We can't really put. I mean, it's like obviously Finch is just going to be like, you know what? Put Mike on him. I don't know. I got nothing else to say on Dante other than I would love this amount of production in most games. I mean, I don't know that I want him taking 19 shots every night, but I appreciate his awareness to be like, hey, me and Ant are the only ones scoring, so we're just going to take all the shots. But just so bad, so many turnovers, a lot of bad decision making from him too. Honestly, I would maybe even consider Cash, even with the bad efficiency technically, if he hadn't have made so many bad decisions passing wise. It's like borderline meh. I don't know. I'm going to keep him in nice just because honestly, he was like one of the only players that was trying tonight, it felt like. So we'll take that. Last but not least, low nice, high nice. I like it. And I don't know why I say last but not least, because everybody was least tonight. 34 minutes, 32 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists for Anthony Edwards. He was 13 of 20. Should have taken 40 shots tonight, honestly. I mean, who cares? Who cares about anything anymore? 4 of 7 from 3. He had 8 turnovers, and they were bad. They were all pretty bad. He looked super lethargic coming out into the game. which is alarming considering we had an extra day since the game was postponed the other day. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Ant did have a double-double. Would have been a near blameless game if not for the turnovers. Unfortunately, there was a shit ton of turnovers, but I don't know. Meh for Ant as well. 8 turnovers just can't happen. Other than the turnovers, he was nice. I know. Other than the turnovers, honestly, this is why I'm considering nice for him, because I think it's similar to Dante in ways. It's like I'd put you in cash probably, but the turnovers and some of the decision making with passing was just so rough. I think it's still nice though. I think it has to be nice. We'll put him in nice with Dante. I mean, I feel like he has to be wherever Dante was because they were the only two that I cared about. So just needs a real number 2. Who's gonna be that for us though? Julius this year has been too up and down. You know, for all of when he came back from injury, I know we talk about it too often, like it's like this amazing tale, but like for real, when he came back from injury last year, Julius was kind of a legit number 2 for Ant. I mean, he was scoring 20 to 30 points a game regularly with ease. It was really nice, but now it's like it's been way too 50-50 this year. I just don't know what you do. I am not an anti-Julius person. I really am not. Because if you have the best version of Julius Randle, as we saw last year, it can be very fruitful for you. You can make the Western Conference Finals. He played well enough. Also, I will give, even if it's just the tiniest of shout outs here, shout out to Julius Randle for some of his defense, not all of his defense. He has some individual defensive plays that are kind of like, oh, okay. I thought that you were a total negative, but you're providing to give 5%. So, yeah, I don't know. Just a terrible night. I'm not going to grade these guys. Like I said, I don't have Finch on here still, but Finch also probably old, maybe Wancho. Not unforgettably bad. It was just old. But I don't know. I don't know what we do. I don't know how to I don't know how the players can't care. I understand not caring for a game or two. I understand coming out with low energy every once in a while. I understand when another team is just having a great night. This was not necessarily that case. We were down by 1 at the half, and we had turned the ball over like 16 or 17 times. So realistically, if you give us 16 more possessions and we shoot even like 30 or 40% on those attempts, we're going to be like 10 to 15 points up at half with a totally different flow and totally different momentum and totally different game plan for Golden State going into the second half. Instead, and then you come out of the half where you have miraculously saved yourself. Maybe you went in the half thinking, you know what, we're fine. And then you come out and you let Brandon Pajamas score 20 points in a row. I don't know. It's just on open layups. It's seriously, this is such an we were talking about it last stream. This is an unforgivable loss. Unforgivable loss, as is tomorrow when we also probably lose. These are terrible losses that cannot happen. You know, I'm kind of the one that's like usually a little bit more like, hey guys, like let's calm down. This is just a stretch of the season. You know, like we can have, like I even just said it a couple minutes ago. Like you can have like a couple bad games. You can have even a bad week, you know. But the way you're playing right now is just it is not going to win any amount of basketball games. And it's a slippery slope. We do not seem to be catching our grip. It seems like there is further to go down because everybody is relatively healthy right now. You just had I understand there's external things happening that could affect this, but I don't know. This is bad. We have to win tomorrow somehow. Honestly, you do have to win, but if you don't show any heart, this is like a message directly to Tim Conley. If if the team does not come out inspired tomorrow, and I mean, win or lose, like if we don't come out with energy and effort and scrappiness to the level of like even what Joe Ingles did in 30 seconds tonight, um, a trade has to happen. A different coach has to happen. I don't know, but that would be unacceptable. That would be unacceptable. So something has to change. I don't know if that's trading for Kobe White. I don't know if that's trading for what player X. I don't know. Any of the available players, any of the players that have been listed to us, Malik Monk, Ayo Dosunmu, Trey Jones, who just got injured, but who got injured apparently in the Timberwolves game after he was just like dominating us in the fourth quarter. It's just bad. It's just bad times right now. And I don't know when this turns around. The All-Star break is not really that close. We are playing as if it's like tomorrow. We are still a ways away. We have how many games? We still have like 3 full weeks until the All-Star break. That's bad. 2 deflating home losses in a row. And tomorrow night we play Golden State again. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. And then Wednesday we play the Mavs. Thursday we play the Thunder. Play the Grizzlies 2 times in a row. You play Toronto. I mean, you're playing some scrappy teams here. Then it's Pelicans, then it's the Clippers, then it's the Hawks, then it's the Trailblazers. I mean, you got to get it together. Then you have the All-Star break. But man, you have a lot of games coming up and a lot of locking in to do. They have to have the most convincing win ever tomorrow. I don't know. Just driving me crazy. Let's see. 2 years ago, this team did not lose any back-to-back games until the playoffs. I miss the good old days. If that team had this version of Ant, we could have won a championship. Yeah. I was going to say this, actually. I was thinking this. Our roster and the way we're playing right now reminds me of many teams recently where it's like, I mean, think of the Bucks right now. The Bucks won a championship, and then every year since then, it's kind of been like, okay, well, we couldn't keep all of our players, so we had to kind of go out and try to figure out different iterations of that team. And it feels like that's what we're doing. We're in like the offboarding of championship contention, even though we didn't win a championship. So it's like we're just slowly devolving into like, oh, well, maybe we could be the 6th seed this year. It's just bad. It's just really bad because our contract situation, our player situation, I mean, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do right now? Are we going to trade Julius and Jaden for Giannis, who just got injured, and then forget about this season? We don't have a bench. We don't have a bench. We don't have players. Jalen Clark has fallen off so hard right now. Bones has been terrible lately. Mike is got to retire. Like, our bench is nothing. We have nothing. Realistically, what we need some kind of a starter that we can trade for multiple bench pieces. But we don't have that. Rudy's too old to trade, and you can't trade Rudy. If you trade Rudy, you have absolutely, I mean, we already don't have a defensive identity right now, as Finch has been saying, but like, you have nothing. You're in a bad spot. So the thing that needs to happen is the players need to come together and put effort, because that's the only way that you're going to make it through these times where it's kind of like weird, like waiting for us to like figure out a way to get Ant a second player. It does not look good. So, if we lose tomorrow, Finch will be fired by next week. I don't know if that is going to happen, honestly. It sounds like Connolly is just like absolutely in love with it. And to be fair, I'm not necessarily like so pro and like I'm not so like get rid of Finch. But you have to change something. You have to change something if this team continues to lose. because they either are not responding to his messages or the entire coaching staff's message. It's also kind of like something needs to change as a consequence of the actions that are happening. I feel like there's been a lot of times where we've kind of felt some pressure, either via trade rumors, via coach firing rumors, or whatever, and we've kind of responded to that. Even if that's just one game and then we kind of get back into our flow, it takes a little bit of time. Like that will happen. Like, for example, if this were to happen right now, we win tomorrow, and then we might lose the next game, but then we win the next, and it's like we have some good feel good stories along the way that kind of bring us back to a good place. But this is a bad place to be right now, and if you don't win, it's a problem. So, I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say, but Tim Connolly does need to do something. Anyways, I think that's it for me today, because we're streaming tomorrow. We got a game tomorrow night. It's a later game. Looks like it's 8:30 Central. We have a giveaway in the Discord. The giveaways. Thank you to 4th Generation Flooring for that. Man, that'll be an interesting game. That would be an interesting game. Also, very valuable game, because they're doing the Jaden McDaniels hat giveaway, which I don't have, of course, but that is a good game to go to. So frustrating. So frustrating. Anyways, that's it for me. 52 wins. Still possible. Man, I don't have anything positive to end on. There's nothing positive to end on. Everything's bad right now. But we'll see you tomorrow. And hopefully we can be celebrating a little bit more. Although, even if we win, it's not like it's like, oh, fine, we can celebrate. I mean, we might be happy, but just weird. Anyways, okay, that's really somber end. More like 45. 42 wins, still possible. No. Anyways, 52 wins, still possible. Please do be safe, everybody in Minneapolis. I want you to use your voice however you can, however you feel fit, but be safe. Okay. Intro as the outro. We will see you Monday night, tomorrow night.
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves are going to win the World Championship.
Edwards. They are advancing to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in 20 years.